Tohuai. Balu. Putwaikato. Ya. Paikato. Hunto. Farfarifto. Tuka kubu. Balu utobwata.
How lu...
Toledrea. Ya ba lo yua. Mopu far kubi. Tole keta. Ya Satuata yuba. Doluwawa.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a... The potato people, or nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here.
Pulando aqui um pouco.
Nossa, só ficando. Mãe, eu tentei pular pra poder caminhar, mas não deu. Ei, pai.
Now that you've seen the nono's connection with the... One day, the land won't... He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes look... The tree started to die. The genetic, his friend Gizmo is working on a Mecton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of date, he claims names have power, so he gave them these names to weaken them. For him, the porky puff is particularly personal. It was that
Tamuk gabamuk tab.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Do whoa.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
Cara, eu nunca sei essa nitidez, cara. Por 30, já fica estranho. No máximo.
Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down.
Fica meio estranho, né? Acho que eu vou o seguinte. Deixa a resolução dinâmica e eu vou pôr 20 mais.
The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Well, nogle bosøger lader sig til at tage. Eller,
Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your action. He's grateful for that.
That's a spark of light!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always.
And you're...
There's out of date again. He must have missed something important. Out of date says you will make a better stand against the world. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the group, regardless of who you choose. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction, to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. He can sense you share. Out of date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Hopes you have patience. The Sifu can't stop himself from talking sometimes. Let's hope this isn't one of those days.
La fanen agin kan man. Geradna falo hutut mus. Tugai la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses he's convinced you've returned for a reason and is glad you chose to. There's something about your spirit that sparks memory. The Sifu says sometimes one Your Muma invented one. The Sifu says it's time to. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's. He was. The Sifu was waiting for some. The Myriad were placed here to. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced. You need to take the struggle to the enemy, or the enemy will bring it to you. When survival is threatened, there's no other option left but war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge them. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village.
Gala voda volop matati.
Myriad wants unity between...
Geratna fala hutut. Erim denken auf Wesse ane. Gueremba. Were erim denken auf Wesse ane. Gala wade.
Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Says there's no reason to let you in on where it is. Says there's no reason to make threats. Would have told you about it sooner or later. It's not far from here. Not surprised that Pichu, who live in darkness, are weaker than the myriad. Says you'll see each other. Says you used to keep to yourself, but now at least you act. Seems... Says a savior wouldn't bother with saving the unsavable. Says it's better... The tree looks pristine, but we must treat it better to... Hopes to see... Claims to have strange things from the dead zone that are so rare they need to be seen to be believed. Says you're in good company. Everyone needs a good deal. Your mind expands.
Quelle ferait l'occasione?
Claims no one loves critters more than Nocco. When you meet her, just ask. The gatekeeper welcomes you back to the fort. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. You have the grace. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. He asks how you are today. Goop says he always does. He wonders where you've been. And he'll be... He says that wasn't too bad, was it? But you need practice. You just need more time. Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd...
Andro? Kalina? Sana? Kanamunt? Orasa? Dut?
Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. He wonders what usefulness you found. He can work wonders with... You did well, but he can't help but wonder. It looks like you know she doesn't. Then you... They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and... He's not scared of anything, least of all. There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are. He says you're right. Nobody...
masalapu.
She asks if you're hurt. What?
Aplitonum taifanamenum dere.
It's time to focus on your...
Masamal.
Here's someone close to heart?
Lemma lech.
Seeing you always puts a smile on your Popsy's face. He wants to know...
Sigaya lama ya biada karota. Mashaku hirsave. Ahai arin kasumai.
He's curious to see what...
Untlum kukakwana. Hose eskuku Johanna.
He can work wonders.
Echinia.
Thinks...
Thif badayan analog. Jacques intan kakudo. Bustaran yadafa.
The style...
La fea. Yamafa. Untlum farbsor.
Dere.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Sadutu. Brumblene marsamavundu.
Wants you to understand that you can do anything if you work really hard.
Narolute. Tukonda.
She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun...
Tukonda. Kamonu.
But there's enough time left for repetition.
Kanamunta.
Wants you to prove that.
Kanamunta.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud.
Bendrine senema.
Thanks you for being...
Pialtuma. Urasa durut.
You should go see him and find out what it is.
Andro.
Says he's always thought so... Catchy.
Pialtuma.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful.
Polakudo.
She's...
Polakudo. Andro. Gendrana mala.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow.
Andro.
You're lucky.
Aria rochenui. Aplitonumuta.
Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must...
Verena masalapu.
Lupa Lupin is a problem older than you.
Sanna jode. Kialdo male kanaru tuno.
Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been to protect you, your Popsy, and those she was chosen to lead. She tells you to stay back. This is her fight. It has nothing to do with you. She loves how brave you are, but she can't be worrying about you while she fights. This is... Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. Let's see. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. Welcome to Biomutant. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose.
nu papuno. La zabatiobel plarike prikjoa.
You gave them no choice but to take it down, even though they'd planned to take the fluff hulk out to the Farfnaki leaves, and
Ne juhedu payu. Ne genle mayag manrunab.
they've received news a Ronin had strengthened.
Te, mes fasolala.
A group of myriad crusaders already headed out to Jagni's Mercadorpus outpost and are waiting for you there.
Nojo noki dekipaju ki nokidenu.
You should hurry there and help them best the outpost.
Toi tapletsia.
Not really. It's west of Bricktown. You can spot Gizmo's chug yard from the hill it resides on. Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply... Look, an emergency box from the old days, when you needed... Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place. And then just... Toxanol never cared about the waste. As long as they didn't have to pay. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. What looks like the Fry Sparker's knobs need to be in sync if you want to get the hardware working. It's a Fry Sparker mindset. Boom, you got something. It's not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away. You found the track! Amazing it wasn't destroyed. So much of this place was just discarded. Lucky the track somehow made it. No, it was never nice. It was new once, but that's not nearly the same thing. Just being new never lasts. The tracks moved on from Bricktown, and you should too. That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. Hey there, Crusher. You made it to the quarrel spot. You've got to hate what the fighting's done to it. Now you understand better. There's a serenity about this spot. It's a place for rest and recovery, when day can become night. It's a tunnel that leads to another side of the same world. It's the chug yard. This box once tailed a chugger. Now it's just off track. Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Bomber bonkers busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Let's see. You can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here. They can carry you anywhere you like. Well, anywhere that they go to, and then you can leg it from there. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open. Look at that, right in the chug yard. Follow the rails and you'll find all sorts of little treasures scattered all over the place. Of course not, but they get you closer to wherever you might want to go. Good work finding that track. They can teach you so much about the world. Keep looking for more. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. He hopes you remember that one time he taught you to upcycle. and hopes you've had some use for it over the years. Gizmo says he also has re-memories from the long gone, but unlike you, he doesn't think of the past, for it's gone. He understands history made Loopa Loopin a big part of your past, your present, and you still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have... He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo understands you still have strong feelings, but urges you to keep them under control. You've witnessed firsthand what it'll lead to.
That is how you shine light at the dark.
Seriously. Don't.
I'm so proud of you for doing the...
Can't believe you let that loop.
Would like to know if you ever doubt the choices you made on the path that brought you to this point. Would you have been happier going... Supposes that's all any... Hard to believe the world... Grateful to you for coming back and doing your best to change things. You were the only chance they had. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seemed so centered and so seeking. Thinks that's more than most. But Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to... He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone, so you need to salvage... You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mecton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. That's the leftover you're looking for.